Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the idea of filing your own Marchman Act, doing it without a lawyer, pro se as we call in the legal profession. Now the reason I'm making this video is because I had a conversation with a mum and dad today. They have a 19-year-old daughter with a long history of drug use and mental illness. Now, that particular case, while it could be a Marchman Act, I actually think, based on the circumstances of the case and also the jurisdiction, the county in which this individual is located, that actually be better off to file for guardianship. I think it would give them more control, but it would fit within the confines of a Marchman Act. And so during my conversation with the mum and dad today, mum had disclosed to me that she'd spoken to somebody who claims to be an expert on the Marchman Act. I think that this individual was a clinician, but in any event, the mum had been advised she doesn't need a lawyer, don't waste money on a lawyer, go down to the courthouse, pay a small fee, and do this yourself. And I have to be honest with you, when I hear this, first of all, I just absolutely cringe. Okay, I cringe for a couple of reasons. One, if you're not a lawyer, you shouldn't be giving legal advice. Two, if you don't know anything about this family's circumstances, you shouldn't be giving legal advice. And number three, I think that trying to do this on your own is, frankly, I think it's a fool's paradise. I think it's very, very difficult to do it on your own. And the court is not going to give you any help. In fact, to the contrary, the court is going to appoint a lawyer to represent your loved one who is very skilled in handling Marchman Act cases. And so if you can even get the case into court, and there may be one, if not two hearings, how are you going to be able to handle this? How are you going to be able to present witnesses? How do you know which witnesses to present? How do you make sure, how do you compel witnesses to show up to court? What happens if they don't show up? If the other side presents witnesses or testimony or evidence, how do you handle that? How do you cross-examine witnesses? How do you deal with objections? Are you familiar with the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, substantive law? I mean, all of these things have to be considered. I mean, I come across lawyers who don't do the kind of work that we do, and they try to handle a case for a friend, and you can't believe the mess they make of it. And then they call me and say, can you fix this? And so, you know, as somebody who only practices in this arena, I don't handle other kinds of cases. I'm not handling a car accident because, well, first of all, I wouldn't know how to handle a car accident case. And two, that's not what I do. And so the mission of our firm is to save families whose loved ones have substance use and mental health disorders. And so I think if you're going to try and do this yourself, frankly, if finances is just an issue that we cannot overcome for you, and we can certainly help you with that, then at a minimum, go to the local county bar association and see if you can find a lawyer who'll do it for you, you know, on a free or reduced fee basis. Unfortunately, I'm not independently wealthy where I would love to do that, as much as we enjoy giving back. But I don't think that you're going to find a very, very skilled plaintiff's lawyer like us who can do that. But please don't try to do this on your own, unless you absolutely have to. I think if you've been dealing with this and you've got a loved one who's been sick for years and years and years, and you are tired of watching them suffer, if you're tired of watching your family be destroyed, I think you've got to try and get this right the very first time, which is what we do. I try to only do it one time for you. If we need to extend it, that's fine. But I try to get it right the first time. And I think that's really, really important, right? You don't want to have to keep doing this, because at some point you're just going to say, okay, this doesn't work. So that's my 2 cents on trying to do it yourself. I appreciate you tuning in. Would love a thumbs up. And please, if you could, subscribe to the channel. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.